Welcome to Dharma Dialogues, a children's podcast series on the Yaksha Prashnam, a wise and wonderful dialogue from the Mahabharata. Just a little something to keep in mind as you listen to these stories. We tell these stories to spark reflection, not to give strict answers.
These stories are told with love and respect from the Hindu tradition, with guidance from elders in our community. Anyone can listen, learn, and even interpret the stories in their own way. All we hope is for young minds to grow in curiosity, courage, and compassion.
As we are learning and growing with you, any mistakes along the way are completely unintentional. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions or feedback.
Now, on to the episode.
Welcome back to the fourth episode of Dharma Dialogues, my little ones. We've journeyed with the sun as it rises, travels with its companions, and sets. Are you ready for the final piece of this theme, of this celestial riddle?
I am. First, Brahman makes the sun rise. Then, the gods and our own godly qualities keep it company. Then Dharma helps the sun set. So, what's next? Where does the sun go after the end of its journey?
That is actually almost exactly what the Yaksha asked. His voice, filled with ancient knowledge, posed the fourth question.
You have now explored the beginning, the middle, and the end of the sun's path. Now tell me, Yudhisthira, in whom or in what is the sun established?
Wait. Established? What does Yaksha mean by that? Is he asking what holds the sun up? What is its foundation?
Precisely. What is the one thing the sun depends on? The ground upon which it stands? Yudhishthira's answer was the shortest, but perhaps the most powerful of all.
The sun is established in truth.
In truth? Wow, that's beautiful. But how can something as big and fiery as the sun rest on an idea like truth?
That is the mystery, isn't it? Let's unravel it with a few stories. There was once a great sage who was explaining the life of Sri Rama. He said that even though Rama was God, he lived his life as a human to teach us. Sometimes he acted sad, or confused, or like he didn't know things. The sage compared it to a play. Imagine an actor on stage playing a role. In real life, he knows his own children sitting in the audience. But on stage, in the story, he must pretend that they are strangers.
Because he has to be true to his character in the play.
Exactly. Sri Rama was playing the character of a perfect man. But what was the one thing he never ever pretended about? The one thing that was his foundation, both on and off the stage. It was his commitment to dharma, to righteousness. He was always established in truth. That was his real power, holding him up no matter what role he played.
So, truth is like the real person behind the actor. It's the foundation.
Perfectly said. And this isn't just for a divine prince. It's a power available to anyone who holds on to it fiercely. Let me tell you about Rama's brother, Lakshmana. To defeat a powerful enemy, he had to keep an almost impossible promise for 14 years. To not sleep, to not eat, and to not look upon any woman's face.
14 years? How could anyone do that?
Well, he was so truthful to his vow, so completely established in his mission, that his discipline became a kind of superpower. He drew his energy not from food or sleep, but from purity of his purpose. His foundation was the unshakable truth of his promise. But this power of truth isn't just for warriors making impossible vows. It shines brightest in the humblest hearts. Let me tell you about a family led by a man named Srinivasa Iyengar. They were very poor, living in a tiny hut, but their hearts were full of the richest treasure, a deep, unshakable love for Rama. One year, they were heartbroken because they didn't have the money to fund the annual festival for their beloved temple. The children prayed with all their might, their only wish being to serve their Lord.
That's so sad. What happened next?
What happened was a miracle. A car, a rare sight, stopped before their hut. Two noble looking young men got out. One introduced himself and his brother, Ramasamy. He explained that his wife, Sita, had already paid for the festival day in the Iyengar family's name, and they had come out just to let them know. The family was speechless, tears streaming down their faces. The presence of these two brothers felt divine. Their smiles were like the sun itself.
Whoa. Do you think it was really...
The family believed that because their faith was so true, truth itself came to their door. They were so firmly established in their love for Rama that Rama became established with them. So you see, the sun in the sky is established in the laws of physics, a cosmic truth. But the sun inside our hearts, our hope, our strength, our spirit, is established in the truth we choose to live by. The truth of our character, the truth of our promises, the truth of our faith. This brings us to the proverb for today. The vast sky only has one sun, but every true heart is a universe holding its own.
I think I understand now. Truth isn't just an idea. It's the ground beneath our feet. It's what holds everything up in the end.
Yes, my dear, it is the final, steady resting place for all light. So see how we have all four answers now regarding the sun's cosmic rhythm?
Oh, yes, I have learned that. Firstly, the sun rises because of Brahman. Secondly, the sun's divine companions are the gods, which means our inner suns should always be accompanied by godly qualities. Thirdly, the sun sets with Dharma's command, because while Brahman created the sun to follow its path, that journey of that path is sustained by Dharma. Lastly, the sun in its entirety is established in the truth.
That's right. So if we combine all these four lessons together, these first four question and answers are basically asking us to, firstly, always wake up and live with purpose just as Brahman ordained. Secondly, always exercise godly qualities so that our inner sun, our Atma, is always accompanied by divinity. Thirdly, we should always end our days honestly. And lastly, we should be true to ourselves and unwaveringly true to our faith because our supreme deity will never let us down.
Wow! I've learned so much from just the first four questions.
That is wonderful to hear, my child. Now then, hush hush, rest up and think about the simple truths that hold you up every day.